Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Applesauce here today. Today, I want to do something a little different. I want to do a complete breakdown of my attack. I'm going to try to explain as much as I can about what I do and why I do it. And so how I do my attacks and how it all works out. So I want to explain like Archer Queen, RC pathing, where to deploy the dragons. This can be more of a guide so everyone knows exactly how to do my attack. I do live Legend League hits a lot of the times, and I don't think I do the best job explaining all the time just because it's live and like I have to make quick decisions and I don't have time to explain everything. So I think today I'm going to take the time and really break stuff down. And as you guys can see, it's actually been working out pretty well for me. Plus 320 today. Decent day so far. I'm not, only one defense, but plus 320, I'll take it. So let's get into it. All right, guys. So I know a lot of people has been saying I get a lot of center town halls, core town hall bases, and these ones seem to be a little trickier for a lot of people. When the town's on the edge, maybe the RC value is a little bit more obvious. So I wanted to pick this one as a pretty good example of where I decide to RC charge. So when I look at bases, the first thing I think about is what's the best area to RC charge and where can I put my RC in? And then also I like to think about is where can my Archer Queen snipe the most defenses for me too. Those are two things I think about. And so to figure that out, what you want to look at is where are the defenses that are going to do the most damage to your dragons? Well, for me, that's always fire spitters, and these air sweepers are usually the most critical defenses against dragons, and same with air defenses, of course, and multi-archer towers. Those are like the big ones, in my opinion. So I see fire spitters here, and what you never want to do is go against two fire spitters. It's just a bad day for your dragons. So I typically never go against two fire spitters. And then also I see these air sweepers. Okay, my other thought process is, are they snipeable with an Archer Queen arrow? So I look at the angle. You can put an arrow here, and you'll probably snipe both these air sweepers. So I really don't have to grab those. So for me, my thought process is here, okay, I want to get out one of these compartments with the fire spitter so I don't have to go against two fire spitters. But that's kind of what I'm thinking about here. I kind of realize like when it's a core town hall like this with nothing around it, you're not going to get the town hall out with your RC charge, which is not a big deal at all. You really don't need the town hall. That's why we have a blimp with Yetis. So I'm seeing this and all right, I'm going to charge one of these sides. So I put my RC in up here like right in this building. Reason being, it's going to go down and it's going to either pick left or right side. It really doesn't matter which side it picks, but that's kind of what's going to happen here. So let's speed it up. So, okay. So she picks the monolith here. She's going to take out the monolith. Then she starts picking this left side, which is fine. It really doesn't matter which side she picks. And she's going to end up taking out some of these buildings here, and we're going to pop a bunch of Teslas, which is actually going to kind of mess up pathing a little bit here. But my goal, guys, is to get her to take out this fire spitter. So as long as she does that, I'm happy. And so she's going to go in, and she's going to end up taking out this fire spitter. Perfect. And take out the multi-inferno tower, then the scatter shot. So this is all really good value here. And then at this point, we pop our last invis. So last invis pops, right? So now we've used all of our invises here. And now what I like to do is once I use my last invis, okay, RC's done. There's nothing else we can do with her. Where can I use my Archer Queen to snipe sweepers and air defenses? So another question, which I'm going to explain that too, is on how to do the Archer Queen. But now you got to think about where am I going to put my Archer Queen to snipe air defenses and sweepers? So you want to use the Archer Queen to snipe like sweepers like here and air defenses. Like those are things that they're really critical against your dragons. Like air defenses will destroy your dragon, and so will sweepers. You never want to go against two sweepers and air defenses. So at this point I'm like, okay, where can I put my Archer Queen? I'm gonna put her right here and try to snipe out this. And I actually say, okay, let me try to snipe out this as well. So that's kind of the goal here. And then where do you put your dragons? So your dragons are gonna go, for me, I would put them right here, because you're not going against this fire spitter. You kind of have this pathing created here, so to just go straight shot down this base. So that's my thought process here. So let's see how it plays out. So actually, the RC ends up taking out the other sweeper, and then my Archer Queen arrow, if you missed it, took out this sweeper plus this air defense, which is great value here. And now at this point, all my dragons go in. We got a nice little funnel set up, and we can put the blimp right in behind it. Pop ability, heal them all back up. Blimp's gonna make it all the way to the town hall, even after the update. You just gotta time it right. Boom, take out the town hall. And at this point also, guys, my rocket loons, you have three rocket loons in this army. If there's any like air defenses that are on like the edge of the base, easy snipe with your rocket loons, like perfect use for rocket loons, because again, those will destroy your dragons. So at this point, the base is pretty much wrecked. So we'll just kind of go through it here. But I mean, there's so many dragons alive here and just so much alive. So this base really didn't stand much of a chance here. I mean, it made this base look a little easy with this strategy. Let's get on to the next one. All right, guys, next base in, and let's talk about where I decided to do my RC charge here. So I'm seeing this base, and you can see, okay, we got fire spares pointing this way, and we got air sweepers pointing this way. So if I were to deploy all my dragons like over here, I'd get absolutely annihilated. I mean, we go run against two fire spitters and two sweepers. Horrible idea. So my thought process is here, you're giving me the town hall right in this edge, plus there's all these other good defenses near it. I'm going to take the town hall if you're going to give it to me like that. I mean, you could deploy the RC down here, but then she's just not going to, I feel like she's not going to get as much value. I mean, like you don't really care about these defenses. Like the air defenses are nice, but everything else is just not as good. So I'm seeing the most value up here. So that's kind of why I've chosen to pick this side. And that's my explanation there. So yeah, we're going to charge this side and she's going to end up taking the town hall, which is good. And then after that, she's going to go to this air defense here, go to this other one here. Okay. And now she's just going to keep taking all these buildings, and this is creating some really good pathing for the dragons too here. So we're just going to keep taking all this out here. And so at this point, we've created some pretty good pathing for the dragons, and we might even take out this fire spitter. Now she gets hung up on this king. Okay, so at this point, RC's dead. Now we got to worry about where are we going to use our queen to snipe air defenses and everything else. So we got a baby drag up here just to funnel. And so at this point, where are we going to put our dragons to is something that goes through my head. So again, we don't want to go against two fire spitters, so that'd be dumb to put it down here. We're just going to go up here because we're not going to go against the sweeper, and we're not going to go against fire spitters if we put them up here. So all the dragons will go up here. And then where do I deploy my queen to snipe air defenses? So you want to, if possible, snipe two air defenses, which would require you to put like your queen like here or something like that to snipe these two to get a good enough angle. It's basically suiciding your queen 100%. So I can snipe one air defense and not suicide my queen, which is what I end up doing. So you'll see that in a second. So queen goes down here, okay, and she snipes this air defense down here by just placing her up here. So that's fine, as long as she snipes one of them and I don't have to suicide her right away. Then, look, it was right on the edge, so free rocket loons just to take out the other air defense. At this point, only one air defense is still up, so like every other air defense is gone, and now we just throw all of our dragons in, and it's going to take out that other air defense right away. So now there's no air defenses even left at this point. And so now we just gotta be patient with our ability, which pop it right now is all his air bombs pop off. So protect our dragons against that. I think they would have got wrecked if I didn't pop it like that. And then it's just a matter of using your minion prince ability a decent enough time, which I pop it there just because it was going against the multi-gear cannon. And rage up also the minion prince here just to get some more buildings in the core. And so at this point, base is wrecked. It was just a matter of time at this point, which I think this attack was actually pretty close in time, but it didn't matter. It was a 3-star, so just spam everything else in here and it's going to take out the base. Let's get into the next one. All right, guys, next one in. And this base, all right, again, the tunnel's not on the edge. So maybe it's not as obvious of where to RC charge. And so again, you want to look and see what's going to be the most value for your dragons. And so what I'm seeing here is, okay, well, what's going to be the most value for RC so that your dragons don't have to face it? It's kind of what you're thinking. And I'm seeing this area right here. This is immediately speaking to me. We got multi-archer towers, air defenses, multi-gear cannon, monolith, we got fire spitters. I mean, all these really good high value defenses right here. So that's my thought process here. So, I mean, the other area you could do is maybe like up here for these air defenses, but there's really just not as much value. So this area is really speaking to me. So that's kind of why I chose over here. And we're going to deploy RC down. Just going to snipe a couple of these defenses here. And she's going to go inside and do her thing here. We just got to keep her invisible here. and just don't let her ever come uninvisible. So we really got to time it. What I'm kind of doing in my head is I'm counting 3 seconds and then popping our invis, 3 seconds, popping our invis. And she's going to take out all these defenses right here. And then she's going to go up towards that monolith here as well. Perfect. So this is getting some great value. And now she's going to go for this fire spitter, which is fine here. Okay. All right. So now all of our invises are used. So at this point, again, where do you deploy your archer queen and where do you deploy your dragons? So in my head, I think the best spot to do is, so we can either snipe air sweeper here or these air defenses. And I'm seeing a really good spot to snipe both these air defenses by deploying the archer queen like here, and you can snipe both these air defenses. Then there's no air defenses left on the map and your dragons don't have to fight any air defenses. But also what I'm seeing is it's very important because you don't want, some of your dragons are going to split far left. So I'd also put down like a baby drag and like an inferno drag down here, and then maybe all of our drags up here, and then try to blimp the town hall is kind of my thought process, because then the hope is your drags will just go towards like this area over here and just path to the right. Let's see how this works out. The archer queen goes and snipes both those air defenses, so really good arrow there. Then look, baby and inferno drag over here just to funnel, and then blimp comes in, it gets the town hall even after the update. Perfect. And the A is going to take out the town hall. We give it a rage to support, usually just to guarantee the town hall is taken out. Only like one dragon path to the left, which is fine. At this point, pop our minion prince ability just because there's Teslas and a bunch of stuff down there. I think I could have popped it a little bit better to capture like the scatter and fire spitter, but I don't think it was too big of a deal. We have like, I tried to use my rocket loons and then freeze them the second they land on the archer tower, but then every black air mine in the game popped out. So yeah, I guess all the black air mines were hiding out right in the beginning. But at this point, we have so many dragons alive, so I think we're pretty good here, even though we're going to hit a bunch of traps. But it really didn't matter too much here because there's just so much alive. So another 3-star here, and we'll get into the next one. All right, really quick, guys. I wanted to talk about why I use the archer queen over the king, because I get asked this question a lot. Because some people are like, why don't I just use the king and use the spiky ball and maybe like the snake bracelet? And the reason we don't do that is because the archer queen is so valuable for a couple things. One, it's going to be good for sniping air defenses, sniping air sweepers, and it's also going to help you create some value and pathing for your dragons. So, and invis towers. So invisible towers, it'll pop those. So that's one like really good way to trigger invis towers. But like mainly it's for sniping air defenses and air sweepers, which will wreck your dragons. If you're going against 2 air sweepers or you're going against a bunch of air defenses, like you need to use the archer queen. So it gets out those core defenses that normally your king would never be able to take out. So that's a little explanation of why I use the archer queen over the king. I guess I should do one live attack at least. So 4 invis base here. This one's gonna be fun. We might have to use our new free spell to try to get in the inside. Let's just see. So Arcee's going to go down like this direction or down here just so she can maybe path towards the town hall. That's going to be the hope at least. So let's see how this works out. Pop ability right away. We want to get into the town hall in these bases just because it's so, there's just so much damage in there and so much value. So let's see what we can do. We might have to invest in Invis to make her go towards the core. Okay. All right, now use invincibility spell there basically. Now, oh, I think she's still alive. I don't know how, but I think she's still alive there. That was actually kind of crazy. Holy crap. Wow, I'm actually shocked she's still alive there, because I was not expecting her to be. The hook tower just grabbed her and just flung her across the map. So, oh, wow. Okay, all right, so I think we're gonna get all the value we needed there. I was not expecting the hook tower. I'm still getting used to that. Okay, we take out the town hall there. At this point, all right, where are we gonna use the archer queen? I want to snipe these air defenses. So, boom, take out both air defenses. We'll give her the siege barracks, support her down here. Inferno drag here. All drags just here. They're gonna split here, but I want them to split because at this point, all like the main defenses are gone, so it really doesn't matter if they split. Kind of want them to at this stage. Okay, we'll use Warden ability here just because we're about to go hit the monolith and we're facing a bunch of damage. I'm seeing I can snipe this air defense with these rocket loons. Boom, gonna do that. Baby to support down here. Okay, air defense is gone. At this point, the base is pretty much gone. There's not much they can do about this. So at this point, it's just a matter of cleanup. When our mini prince does so good there, or our RC charge does so good there, it's not really a way to fail after that. So, but pretty good attack there. Good way to showcase the new spell as well. But guys, I get a question a lot on where to place the Archer Queen, and I'm going to try to explain that as well coming up here. All right, guys, let's do this base. This base is a little bit of a weird base, so maybe people wouldn't know how to attack this. So maybe people's first reaction is, okay, Town Hall's over here. This is going to be great to use my RC over here. I say no. I don't think this is a good area at all. In my opinion, what I'm seeing is I see an Invis Tower that might redirect your RC. I know you could use the free spell and technically keep her there, but it's an option. You could do that, but I don't love it. So in my opinion, I think the best thing to do is to not charge this area. And instead, what I think about is I'm going to use my queen in a later stage of the attack to trigger this Invis Tower and then do a short blimp. So you have the blimp and it'll reach here, this town hall, with no issue at all. So what you can do is use some rocket loons to test for traps, so your blimp will make it there, and then just blimp this in the later stage of the attack. So that's my thought process. So I'm not going to charge that. Instead, my goal is I'd like to get inside this core. The best way to get inside this core is to use your RC and to carve out one section. So in my opinion, I think the best place to put RC is up top here. And she's either going to path left or right. She's going to path left or right here. And then depending on which side she paths, all you have to do is to make some of these, like, if you maybe pop an invis over here, you'll then have to go to the core, which I'll show you guys. I think it's a little easier to show you guys. Let's see. Okay, so RC is going to come in. She's going to go and she's going to path. She's going to use her rocket spears. You can pick up some of these defenses here and grab that. Okay, at this point, use her first invis. Giant bomb goes off. Not a big deal. Now, all right, now at this point, she's pathing to the left. Okay, I'm seeing this. This is good. And so at this point, she's going to take out this. Okay, and now look, you guys see what I did here? She's got only this building in front of her. So if I invisible like this mortar and this cannon, then the next closest defense for her is actually going to be the scatter shot. So that was kind of what my thought process was there. So boom, now she goes to scatter shot. Now she's in this core. Now what I do is I use another invis to get her even deeper into this core section, because what you don't want her to do is take out the scatter shot and then turn around and go back for this cannon. Like, that's what you don't want her to do. So now she's even deeper into this core section. Now she's stuck in this core section. She's not going to leave this core section. So now she's able to take out all these defenses here and just keep on keeping her invisible here. And she's going to absolutely take out this entire core, which is just such a deadly core. Both fire spares, both scatters, multi, and then you also get in the air sweepers. So just insane value there. It's kind of hard to fail after this. So at this point, queen is, or the RC is dead, and now we got to pop our queen. So my thought process here is, where do you place your queen? Well, guys, sometimes you suicide your queen and it's really not a big deal. The arrow's like the big deal, and she will get a couple buildings out before she dies. So my thought process is here is to use it right in this bomb tower. It's going to snipe one of these air defenses and then hopefully hit this town hall and trigger the invis. So then her job's done. It didn't end up working out like that, actually, which I'll show you guys. I actually failed pretty bad here with doing that. So let's just see how it works out. So Archer Queen goes down here, snipe, and the arrow just completely misses the town hall. So that's my own fault. End up not being a big deal. But now, where do you deploy your dragons here? So what I'm thinking is I want them all to path towards this right side here, like all down here. And so I'm going to deploy them right next to my queen. But you see, like, these buildings are up here, might make some of the dragons go down this way. So that's why I'm going to deploy like a baby and Inferno drag, just so those buildings, my drags won't path that way. Now we got all of our drags pathing that way. Okay, now all of our dragons are pathing this way, and we're still gonna try to blimp this town hall. So if you use your rage on the blimp, you might be able to take out the town hall before the invis even goes off. That's kind of my thought process there. At the very least, I'll trigger the invis, and then my dragons will take it out later. So we can see it doesn't go off yet from the rocket loons. It usually doesn't. Then it ends up taking out just in time, and then Viz goes off. So honestly, the job's kind of done there. Now dragons are going to path down this way. Some get distracted on this king here. Not really what I was hoping for, but not really the end of the world. I used the warden ability there. Honestly, really didn't need to use it there, but I just kind of expected them to find a bunch of traps here. That was kind of my thought process. And good time for mini prince ability because it's covering the monolith. And so at this point, we can just speed it up here. The dragons are all just going to path together here and just absolutely wreck this base. So another good 3-star here. Everything ended up working out. I used my free spell, by the way, over here just to hold off these dragons. I thought the air defense was targeting them, but not quite. So it's just to distract here. That's all until my other group could come together with them. So another good 3-star here. All right, guys. Last base I'll explain, and then I'm gonna try to wrap it up. I just want to explain where I chose the RC pathing here because maybe it's not that obvious. So for the base like this, I'm looking at a couple things. I'm looking at air sweepers again and fire spitters. Those are the two like main things you're gonna look at. And so I'm seeing, okay, air sweepers are pointing this way. So obviously don't want to deploy all my drags down here because then we're gonna have to go against 2 air sweepers. And we don't want to go against 2 fire spitters either. But I'm thinking I also see these multi-archer towers are another main target here. So I'm seeing if I just deploy my RC here, she's going to take out most of this stuff over here, these multi-archer towers, multi-gear cannon, and hopefully these sweepers. That's kind of how I decided down here. Like, I'm just not seeing, like, I don't care about these cannons. The monolith I care about, but there's just nothing else good around it. Fire, you could deploy it over here, and she could take out these singles and fire spares, but I just love these sweepers and multi-archer towers if they're going to give them to me. So RC's going to go down here. She's going to take out this multi-archer tower. Great. Now she's going to go in the multi-gear cannon, take out the sweeper. Now she's going to path this right side, which is not a big deal at all. So take out the fires. She'll take out that scatter. Now the fire spitter. Then she actually gets onto the town hall here, which is even better. I mean, it doesn't always work out like that. I give her a rage when that happens. Now she'll take out the town hall here. And now she'll take out the single here. And now she's on the expo. Now she's dead. Which, I mean, pretty insane value here. So now at this point, we got to pick out where we're going to use our queen. And we end up using our queen just around this edge here, just so she doesn't die right away. And she ends up taking out this air defense over here. There's an air defense like right here. So that she snipes that, which is good because there's not any sweeper for us to go against. And so at this point, we're just trying to see if we can pick off a air defense. I mean, I guess another spot you could have done it is maybe like down here and try to snipe off both these air defenses, but it really doesn't matter too much. And so now we'll put siege barracks on this left side just to help funnel it because we don't need a blimp at this point. And then all of our dragons in right here, just on this edge. And then the hope is they all path towards this like monolith down here to this left side, which the queens can help funnel them there. Perfect. These are warden ability down here. And everything's going to path right down here. So this one ends up working out really well here. I mean, we're going to destroy the monolith here. There's just so much live. And then we got our queen. We have a little bit of a split here, which honestly ends up being fine. Sometimes splits are actually good. Just helps to clean up and get through troops faster. So another good 3-star here on this base. Well, guys, hopefully that helps. If you guys have any other questions about the strategy and want to know any other tips or what's going on through my mind, I try to do my best to explain during my live Legend League hits. So, I mean, let me know in the comments if I didn't explain anything enough. I try to explain as much as I can about, you know, my thought process and how I'm using the army and where I'm choosing. And I try doing it on basis that like maybe you guys wouldn't know where to put. Maybe it's not obvious where to put the RC or queen, but yeah. Queen's very important. The arrow is just huge for air defenses and sweepers. So I'll see you guys in the next one.